I'm a high school football star. At the same time, when I go home, I get my cup, I find a drink, you know what I'm saying? I'm pouring up and I'm taking my mind off of so many things. Music, it was more so like I gotta clean myself up to focus. Being in the military and with my obligations that I do have with my soldiers, you know what I'm saying? I got soldiers, I got younger soldiers that I gotta mentor and teach. It's like a night and day thing. Bruce Wayne, Batman, you know what I'm saying? So I come as Sergeant Howard during the day. At nighttime, I turn into 2xCali and I put that, you know what I'm saying? Put my suit on, I go, you know, that rapper kit on. And I wouldn't say it really affects me much. Actually, it helps. You know what I'm saying? For the people I just now meet in the span of 2 years to 3 years, you're wearing different faces every time you meet new people.
Check it out, man. I'm here with my guy, the incomparable 2xCali, the voice of the streets from Mississippi. And he's about to drop one of his latest projects. And we're just talking about his song, See the Light.
See the light.
Yeah. Okay. I want to give a warm welcome to my brother, 2xCali, who's in the building. And we're just talking about everything rhyme, everything reason, and everything that's in this season. Welcome, my guy. We're going to do a quick toast to everything you got going on, man.
Yes, sir.
Raise them above, and I'm just going to show you some love, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right, so let's just chime in on everything about, you know, your latest song. Let's talk about the lyrics and how they explore deep and personal pain and grief, including the loss of your grandmother and the emotional exhaustion, man. Talk to us about what inspired this album.
Yeah, what inspired See the Light, man, talking about pain and grief. We just lost our grandmother in October. I had to go to the funeral, and I had to be a pallbearer. So when I started recording the song See the Light, that's all I could think about, you know, man, like the loss of the cornerstone of our family. You know what I'm saying? And hurt me deep when I started recording. You know, I opened up with the verse, take too much of myself, you know what I'm saying? I keep a double cup for the problem. I was kind of avoiding that pain. I couldn't accept the grief. I couldn't accept that she was gone because I knew that that was the spearhead of our family. In the midst of that, it was a lot going on, and I had to find a strength to actually go through the song and actually get through the song.
Yeah, you talk about some of the things that kind of turn you off because, you know, you speak about investing in people that don't really sometimes deserve your energy, right? What would your grandmother say about including people in your life that don't deserve it and protecting your peace?
She would say, get rid of them. You know what I mean? She would say, you know, backtrack your steps and go somewhere else. You know, if they're not receptive of what you've given, if they're not appreciative of what you've given, then you have to take back your energy, right? Because they're never going to appreciate it. As long as you extending your hand and extending, they're taking. We talk about, you know, I think in this environment, today's age, we're around the vultures and the snakes and the leeches who take your energy. As long as you're giving, they take it. So she'll tell me to backtrack. I think she'll tell me.
That, you know, you currently in the military, and I want to thank you for your service.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Being a veteran, fellow veteran myself, man, I know that it can be very challenging. You know, it's very time consuming, and it's even hard to just create because of your deeply rooted obligations to the military or whatever.
Right.
How does that affect your creativity when it comes to having the time and also just being able to be in that creative space in light of the responsibilities you hold?
Yeah, so being in the military and with my obligations that I do have with my soldiers, you know what I'm saying? I got soldiers, I got younger soldiers that I got to mentor and teach. It's like a night and day thing. Bruce Wayne, Batman, you know what I'm saying? So I come as Sergeant Howard during the day. At nighttime, I turn into 2xCali and I put that, you know what I'm saying? Put my suit on, I go, you know, that rapper kit on. And I wouldn't say it really affects me much. Actually, it helps, you know what I'm saying? Because everything that they're going through, everything that I'm going through during the day, I could take it and write it down on my notes and I can hit the studio and I can bring it to life, you know what I mean? So it's actually a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I do work these two entities, you know what I'm saying? Sergeant Howard and 2xCali at night. You know what I mean? So it's a multiplier. It's a force multiplier for me,
Right.
personally.
Let's look back on times like before the military.
Okay.
And I mean, I know you in your song you talk about like substance use.
Yeah.
How do you feel that is when used as a coping mechanism, and how do you feel that is when it comes to like numbing the pain and escaping reality? And also, how do you see that for people that kind of fall victim to it?
Yeah. So substance abuse before the military, being in high school, actually being introduced to codeine, introduced to I never smoked. You know what I'm saying? That's just not me, right? But I found a coping mechanism through codeine, you know what I'm saying, having my double cup, and also the influences of Lil Wayne, the Future, those things of that nature. When I first got introduced to it, it put me in another space, right, where everything can flow easy. But I noticed that it had some side effects. It had some, you know what I'm saying? But it took me out of the environment that I was in. It took me out of that. I could, be somewhere and as I sip, it took me to another space. No worry, no pain, no nothing. You know what I mean? I could think, I could process, and I can move well, but it took me to a whole different space.
What's your message to other artists that have a similar nature to, get outside of their body and, to use certain substances to live in the moment, so to speak? And what can you tell them about disconnecting yourself from that?
Yeah, so when you're using substances that alters the brain and how you think, I would say that don't let it take over who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose your personality doing these substances, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing. Let's try to, get healthy and move away from those things. It's a crutch. You know what I mean? It don't carry you so far. It don't get you so far. You know what I'm saying? Then it's deteriorating your health. You get what I'm saying? When I used it, I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? My father wasn't there. My mother worked 2 jobs. She had 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm a high school football star. At the same time, when I go home, I get my cup. I find a drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm pouring up and I'm taking my mind off of so many things. You know what I'm saying? It put me in a space to where I might be addicted to this and I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? I go through a hard time, I'm using it as a crutch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like so there's a moment where I had some, I guess, I was enamored by, the feeling that I got with being under the influence myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, man, when I started attaching that to the things that I love to do, barbering, doing just other creative things, it made me want to say, you know what, let me back up, because I don't want those feelings to be attached, those things to be attached to the thing that I love to do. Right. And that inspired me to just say, you know what, cold turkey, and leave things alone, get away from the influences that had me tapping into it, man. How do you feel? What made you seek the same type of resolve from it?
Music, it was more so like I gotta clean myself up to focus. You know what I'm saying? Even though I could hit the studio and I could rap and it could flow easy and stuff like that, I said, well, if I could do that off this influence, right? It's not really the influence, it's me that's under the influence. I'm greater than that. I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than that. And let's see what it feels like just being sober. Just being completely sober, feeling what I need to feel, stop numbing the pain, and go in and attack everything. And that, I found a new me. I found that power again. I took power over the drink. You know what I'm saying? And I hit it 200 miles, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can convey my emotions sober.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, listening to the music, man, it seems that there's like a strong distrust and a sense of danger. All right. Because, you have a cautious behavior when it comes to dealing with people outside of like your loved ones, your trusted circle.
Right.
How did you get there?
So with dealing with people and my distrust, I look at it like this. Everybody wears a mask, right? They go out into society, they put the makeup on, right? And they're portraying to be this person that everybody would like. right? So you don't really know who you're meeting, especially in an environment like this, right, where we're military. We get thrown together. You really don't know that person. They're not your day one person, right? They're no, they're recreating a person, and you're meeting that act, right? Until you spend some time with them, right? And now you're looking at the characteristics like, oh well, that's that's different. You know what I'm saying? To where you don't know their intentions for you. You know what I mean? You don't know what they say behind closed doors. You only can hope, and you only left with the hope that they are protecting your name behind closed doors, right? You don't really know these people. Those who you do let in your circle, try to trust them. Try to, you know what I'm saying? Try to believe what they say off real. Hope, in the hopes that they're not lying to you, right? But you don't really know them. You didn't grow up in the sandbox with them. You know what I'm saying? The people I grew up in the sandbox with, I know your actions before you even do them. I know what you're thinking about this situation. I know how you're feeling about this situation. I know how you're going to react in this situation. For the people I just now meet in the span of 2 years to 3 years, you're wearing different faces every time you meet new people. I've watched that. I've seen that happen. If I see you're with me and you act one way, and then when another person is around and you act another way, I go,
you code switching.
Man, you code switching. I don't know, man. You were just talking to me one way, now you talking to them a whole nother way. I don't know who you are, man, and it gets scary. It gets scary. In the position that I'm in as an artist, I'm looking out for the opportunities, the leeches. He might just make it, so let me attach myself to him. I'm shooting in the gym. You just in the gym. You didn't give me no rebounds. You didn't pass me the ball. You didn't give me no water. You just in the gym. So now when I make it to a whole different platform, when I make it to where I need to make it to, you can have that receipt saying, hey, I was in the gym with you. Yeah, but you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit for me. You just was in the gym.
Yeah, people just think, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is your experience. This is off the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people just feel like because they there, that they are entitled to something because they are there.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? We always talk about this.
Right.
We all need teams. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a rap artist, if you are any kind of artist, if you're doing anything at this point in your in society, it's all about the team you build around yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Somebody has to be the one that's driving the ship.
Yeah.
Somebody got to be the captain. But like, people that are associated with them need to be, if you are locked in with me, if you believe in what we got going, then sign up to be the second mate. Sign up to be the one that cleans the gutter. Signs up to be the one, fill all the positions that's necessary for this movement to take place, and fill the spot that's like adequate for what you can bring to the table.
Yeah, for sure.
Showing up ain't enough.
Showing up ain't enough, for sure. Like if somebody else was the captain, right, and they driving the ship, man, I'm gonna ask you, man, where can I fit in at? You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's a testament to my character, right? But if you need me to mop the floor, then fuck it, I'm mopping the floor. You know what I'm saying? If you need me to go get you some fucking water, then fuck it. What kind of water you want? You want Dasani, nigga? You want Avion or Aquafina, nigga? You know what I'm saying? But I know how to play my role, and that's just it. Because everybody got their time to shine, man. Everybody gonna have their time to drive the ship. I might not be able to drive your ship. I don't want to drive your ship. This is your ship. This is the SS, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a crew member of the SS, whatever the fuck, until we ride this motherfucker out, until it's time to get in my ship. And I can only hope that you say, hey, man, what you need? You know what I'm saying? Because that's cohesion, that's friendship, that's trust.
Yeah, I mean, I keep seeing this content out there, and I really believe it. Like, here's the hard reality of it. Everybody can't be the guy.
Nah.
I mean, it comes in waves. Like, maybe right now, you're not in the position to be the guy. But maybe in a month or a year or 3 years, 10 years, you will be.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that, you disregard the opportunity that's provided to you in order to actually earn your keep and sweat equity. My guy, shout out to Rob Nice, man. He was talking about how he got on with Pendulum Inc.
Right.
And he said because he has some stuff to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's true, man. Like, You're not only competing, if you're a rapper or a musician or aspiring to be, I feel like you have to understand that talent ain't enough, your presence ain't enough. How do you really earn your keep, man? Is really where it's at. And then you're dealing not only with the entity or the artist who's the business, you're also dealing with other teams. How big and how strong is your team?
Yeah.
That's the only way people are really captivating and becoming something right now.
Because it's team versus team.
It's team versus team, man. How strong is your team?
Yeah, what it is.
Man, so, going back to the music, for this release, man, there's themes of loyalty, family, and street survival, right?
Right.
With references to gang and drug involvement. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about the past, man. How'd you end up there? Like, how does this song relate to it, man? Can you tell us the backstory?
Yeah. So City Light, how it relates back to gang involvement, drug abuse, and then distrust and disloyalty, man. Like I said, I grew up in 1502 Quail Run Apartments, right? Quitman, Mississippi. Split between GDs, Vice Lord. Pops was a Crip, still is. And what you see in that environment, man, is just like any other projects across America. You know what I'm saying? The disloyalty, the distrust, the falling outs, right? And so young, when you seeing like, okay, this is Snake. You know what a snake is. You know somebody who gonna cross out their mans. You know somebody who gonna, do this and that and the third for money or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You register it early. Register it early, man. So growing up, when I actually like hit the streets and jumped off the porch, I just knew to stay low key. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust everybody. So and I think that I took a hit later on in my life when it was like, damn, now I built this, this person that can't really trust. And the whole time I just wanted trust. I wanted real friends. I wanted people I can, confide in and saying, hey, in my moments of vulnerability, I need you, dog. You know what I'm saying? But then as I watch the environment, create chaos. Man, as soon as you tell somebody something, they running off and telling somebody else. As soon as you know what I'm saying, say, hey, I got this stashed up, they robbing you. They, stealing from you. And then eventually, you see to where it get dangerous. I seen my first killing at 13. I seen my first nigga get shot around about 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I bought my first gun at 13, 14. Because I'm like, I can't trust nobody. I don't want this to happen to me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it on me. You know what I mean? With the gang violence that I grew up, so I was born in South Central California, you know what I mean? So when you born 1996 to, 2000, early 2000, that's all I grew up around. Gang members, you know what I'm saying? So gang culture, I was born in the gang culture, you know what I'm saying? And that's for any kid, like from LA to Chicago, you see it early. Mm-hmm. Earliest memory, grandma walking me to school, elementary. I see my, you know what I'm saying, like, in the alleyways, there's dead people in the alleyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell no spooky, crazy gangster story. I'm telling you what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And, growing up later, it's just like, it stuck with me. Can't trust too many. I don't know who you are for real. I don't know what you say behind closed doors. I keep you at a safe distance. You a dog, I'm gonna keep you at a safe distance. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of rules do you live by when it comes to keeping an arm's distance or keeping that distance from people that, mean you harm, people that, may not have your best interests at heart?
Love all, trust none. You dig what I'm saying? You have to earn that. You have to really earn it. Some people, I got friends that don't even know where I stay. Don't even know where I lay my head, and I won't tell you. I love you enough to pull up on you, show my face, and give you my present. But as far as deeper than surface level, tip of the iceberg, deeper than that, I can't give that to you. I'm dying with 40% of my life. That's going to the grave. 60% I'll let you see. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To where you get a good gist of like, you know me enough to where how I'm gonna react to something. But that other 40%, that's the what I'm tucking off. You know what I'm saying? That's between me and God. You know what I mean? That's what I'm taking to the grave. You know. It's just how I grew up, and it stuck with me. But it protected me, and those survival instincts got me to this point. I'm still alive and still breathing, so I think I'm doing pretty well.
Facts, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate
and
it.
toast to that one.
Yes, sir.
Man, so, listening to the song, man, I'm listening to the chorus, man, and it's talking about escape, regret over misplaced trust, reliance on substances, stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Imagery like the belly of the beast and turn it back, illustrates like hard environments and vigilance, man. Like, just being very vigilant, man. Like, how does that relate to how you move?
Vigilance and turning my back with the mistrust. Like, you know how some people, they have a light within them, but they work in the shadows? Like, I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't announce everything. I don't, like, hey, look at me, I'm doing this and that and the third, and next thing you know, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and this. I learned to kind of keep my actions to myself, and all you see is the final product sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to throw it out to everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So I would say, like, a worker of the light, you know what I'm saying? But I do better in the shadows. I like to be the background guy, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I'm building is going to be in the shadows until you get to see the final product, man. I don't want to spoil it for people, you know what I'm saying? But also, it's just like, this is for me. I know what's for me. I'm going to keep it for me until I want to reveal it, you know what I mean? And that's how I move. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, man. I feel you on vigilance. I've learned lately to be a lot more vigilant as to, the ideas that I share. Because you never know who's talking to who.
Yeah.
It's like, you can, it depends on how you're moving. If you do dealings with people that are like yourself, very vigilant, they move like an operator because they have a lot of things to protect.
Yeah.
Then you can't be running your mouth, pillow talking, or just sharing tidbits about what people got going on, telling people business, because it'll create a situation where people don't want to deal with you because that tidbit information gets back to that person.
Yeah.
It's like, keep all your shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Keep all your ideas, all your dealings to yourself, because it could end up hindering opportunities for you.
Yeah.
Because that shit gets back.
It does.
People that's operating and they have things to protect.
Yeah.
They don't like that shit. Keep your mouth closed, man. Nah. That's not only other people's business, but your own.
It's your own.
Because that may end up being that, you never know. That tidbit of information may get back to your enemy, and your enemy may create circumstances that block you from it. Right. So you have to be vigilant. You have to be careful.
Right. I would say, like, I don't really got enemies, you know what I'm saying? What I do have is a lot of frenemies, right?
They enemies though.
But in a sense, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They portray themselves as a friend, only to monitor and watch what you do, only to report back to somebody else, and you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's not that, sometimes it's innocent. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I recently had a big guest who was coming on my show.
Right.
This guy is an operator. I had somebody come by, because I'm a barber. And I had somebody come by, and they were just, hey man, what you got going on? Because I'm trying to get a haircut. And I didn't know who they were on. They were on the phone at the time. I didn't hear it. They weren't on speaker, so I could actually hear them talking to somebody. And when they asked me what I had going on, it was an honest question about getting a haircut. That person knew the person that was coming on the show, and there was like at the time, it was some beef between them. So it stopped that person being on the podcast because it got back to that person that, hey, I know you going to XYZ.
Right.
I got people out there too. People do that all the time. Stop me from having a big guest on the show at the time.
Right.
They just told me that. Like my guest just told me that recently. And I was like, wow. Because that really was not me like running my mouth about who was coming. Because I tell, it was a big guest, so I tell people that I know I could trust, hey, listen, I got this guest coming on, this, that, and the third.
Right.
But and this time, not with the person I was talking to, but the person that on the other end, slow some shit down for me.
Yeah.
So It's crazy. You think it's like an insidious thing. Sometimes it's by accident, man.
By accident.
Keep your mouth closed, man. Keep your shit close to your chest, and that's it. Like, just protect your operation by keeping your mouth closed.
No, for sure.
So the narrative voice is immediate, it's authentic. You convey vulnerability alongside with defiant resilience, man.
Right.
I always like to say this, man. Like I say, you like the voice of the streets, man.
Right.
Or for short, the voice. Talk to us about like how that became a thing and what that means to you.
The voice of the street?
Yeah.
Man, I would say it like this. Like, I grew up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it means a lot to me because I'm speaking for people who don't get to really talk about what goes on in their life for real. You know what I'm saying? And my dealings in the streets go like this. Like, you know, I'm not no, you know what I'm saying, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't portray that, none of that. But I deal with street-oriented people, right? I know what they talking about. I know what they going through. Like, they talk to me about it. And I go, okay, you know what I'm saying? How can we get this out without, you know what I'm saying, convicting nobody or nothing like that? But I'm hearing the streets. I got my ear to the street. They telling me these stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through street shit too. You know what I'm saying? My brother just, you know what I'm saying, my stepbrother, right? He did 14 years, you know what I'm saying? Streets, right? My grandma still stay in the project. She street, you know what I'm saying? She tell me what's going on. And then when I tap back in at home, it's the streets, you know what I'm saying? They got this going on, they got that going on, you feel me? When I pull back down in 1502, I talk to the street, you know what I'm saying? I can relate to those people at the top. I haven't been there. What I can do is give you music that can help you through these situations. So they call me like a soul pain artist, whatever. But really, I'm just reporting on the streets. I can't say fuck the street. I can't say fuck the street. The streets what made me. You know, I love the people in the street.
Yeah.
But you gotta know when it's time to like, I elevate. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the street. My daughter won't be from the street, right? Because I know how to man up. I know how to elevate in my life. But I do talk to the people in the streets. I do see what's going on. I do talk to people that's on Section 8, food stamps, come from that. I love that though. You know what I'm saying? Because those people, they making a way.
But then how does that convey in your music? How does that show up in your music?
Oh man, look, when I sing or rap, it shows up because the bars, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving it straight raw action, right? When you think streets, you think raw. You know what I'm saying? You think that's what's happening. So when I talk about certain you know, like codeine or things like that, you know, you only can get in and out the streets. You know what I'm saying? You only can, you know, you feel when you say, you know, I'm finna kick a dose, people like, send back so I know they ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Betrayal in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You about to go hit a lick with your homeboys and then dipped out on you. You know what I'm saying? Or they chicken out or whatever the case may be, to let you do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught up. Like, damn, like, but I have real friends, huh? You know what I'm saying? And you're the only one bound up. Hey, but you better not tell. You gotta take that lick. You know what I'm saying? Take your lick. Keep pushing. So when they call me the voice of the streets, I go, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I embodied that. Been through that. I felt that pain in the streets. I lost homies in the streets. Accidental death or purpose death. You know what I'm saying? I lost these people. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I know it's street, because it hurt to talk about it. And people feel it. People listen to my music from the prisons, to the streets, to the schoolhouses, to the young niggas that's had no father, you know what I'm saying, with single mother, trying to find themselves, and all they can do is subject to the streets. I'm speaking for them. You know what I'm saying? And shout out my father because he was there, but then for a moment, when I really needed him, he wasn't. But that turned me into a man. So at young age, I had to get out into them streets. You know what I'm saying? Figure out myself and also figure out what the fuck I wanted to do with my life. I'm grateful for the streets because it showed me perfect examples of what not to be. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say fuck the streets. You can't say fuck the streets because there's people out there that are examples of what not to be, and there's people who made it out the streets who are examples of what to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you feel like, you know, you're a part of what can
what can
come up out of the
streets.
environments. Yeah.
The roads that came out the concrete.
Yeah.
Whether they doubt me or not. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm going to keep growing. I know I'm going to keep inspiring the youth. Because it's all about the youth. It's all about people who want to do better. That's what's in the streets. People who actually want to do better. You think that crackhead wanted to be a crackhead? No, he folded and he subjected to a substance. You know what I'm saying? You think that person want to be stuck on Section 8 and doing this? They want to do better for themselves, but you know what I'm saying? They ain't got the resources. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to show the people that, hey, it's possible. I came out of apartment 56. You know what I'm saying? Running around playing football in the projects with the homies and shit. Killed a man with the ball, whatever. Y'all probably call it toss him up, bust him up, but I come from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from nigga knocking on niggas' doors and running and the candy lady and all these people that I love. I love my people in my projects. I love my people in 1502. Those are the people I connect with because I've been there. So when I pull up, I think I give motivation to the people that want to get out them motherfucking projects.
Man.
You feel me?
Yes, sir. Okay, man, I gotta circle back because, you know, fuck the streets is a polarizing topic right now. In 2025, almost 2026. I mean, we're a couple days from Christmas right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's polarizing because on both ends of it is a valid point to be made, right? Some say fuck the streets because it's like fuck street culture because a lot of the decisions that was made in the streets and glamorized in the streets have led to those kids, people like us of our persuasion, ended up in prison, ended up dead, ended up making mistakes that end up leading them to losing their whole life and coming out and doing many years, you know, behind bars. And how do you feel about that on that narrative? And then I will note that what you said about the streets, like you can't say fuck the streets because, man, I'm from it. You know what I'm saying? And I know people that are in the streets, and I know that the inspiration or what drives them is just trying to be to do better,
Right.
to live a better life, to have more, just have more to provide for their families and such.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your real thoughts on that and the polarizing opposites on both sides of it?
I see it both ways.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck them streets, right? Because I can see what they're saying that, like, fuck them streets. We lost people in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We lost people to jails. We lost people to the graveyard, to the streets. And why did we have to go through that? You know what I'm saying? You know, they only created project housing for a fucking experiment, right?
Facts.
Right? Okay, cool. Fuck them streets. You know what I'm saying? I can see it on that side. We're gonna do better, bro. We're gonna get certifications. We're gonna get better jobs. We're gonna build generational wealth and get out these streets. Because we didn't need to be there in the first place. The shit that Nipsey was fighting for. I follow that path. Yeah, you can say fuck the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of pain in them streets. A lot of trauma that you didn't have to go through. A lot of trauma that I didn't have to go through. A lot of trauma that millions of niggas didn't have to go through in the streets. And it hurt.
Yeah, it does, man.
It hurt. It hurt. Because we lost people in the streets. It hurt. At the same time, you can't say fuck those streets. Because they gave you the survival instinct.
Right. It's a part of who you are.
It's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
So for the artists that's saying fuck the streets, you got to remember when you was talking about the streets and the streets were fucking with you and it was streaming your music and it was buying your albums. The streets is what made you. Do not say what they say. Don't forget where you came from.
Man, say that.
Don't forget where you came from.
Yeah.
Just because you made millions and millions of dollars, don't forget what you came from. Because some of those millions you made from the streets.
Nigga, the streets paid your ass.
The streets paid you.
And now you wanna abandon it? You wanna abandon the message?
The streets paid you.
Man.
The streets made you. So you can't say fuck them people in the streets that are trying to make it out. Because that's just like saying fuck them streets and the people in it. My grandma sister in the project. And she won the lottery. And decided to stay because she wanted to clean the projects. Because she wanted to show people that, hey, it's still good people here. No matter how much money I got, guess what? I'm going to still clean these projects. I'ma still clean up around behind the kids that's running around dropping potato chip bags and drinks and shit. I'ma still pick that shit up and show them that, hey, it's good people.
Wow. That's grandma?
That's no, that's my great grandma passed.
Great grandma. Oh,
Right?
man.
She was the spearhead of our, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My grandma on my mother's side, she still stayed in the projects, still picking up trash, still showing the kids that, hey, it's keep these projects clean, because this is where you stay. You get, so you can't say fuck the streets, because when you say fuck the streets, you're saying fuck the people that's in the streets, you're saying fuck the old school people that's in the streets, you're saying fuck the legacy that was put in the streets, because the streets is what, hey, you understand that this rap game is street is hell, right? You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand?
It's like saying fuck hip hop.
Fuck hip hop.
Fuck anybody in the struggle.
Because where hip hop come from? Reporting about what? Fuck the streets, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I also see it on the other side. Like, we didn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? We could be living in cul-de-sacs and
So here's my big thing, man, is hip hop ended up being a hood narrative. Ended up being where we actually live our grievances, our trials and tribulations, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you know, the system got a hold of it and they started to invest a lot of time, energy, money, billions of dollars towards steering the narrative, towards aggrandizing certain elements of the hood that were actually not conducive to, like, the hood,
right.
the people in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Drugs, violence, gang activity. And I understand, you know, it's more of like a tribal thing. Like, it's going to happen. Right. You know, it's all a proximity thing. But to fully, wholeheartedly support the things that put us in prison,
Right.
put more people in the morgue, in the grave, and all that stuff, man, we're not capitalizing on that
At all.
So it's crazy. It's like the streets ain't the streets.
Ain't the streets. Ain't the streets.
The streets are the ones that paint the narrative of the streets. It's the ones that win all the battles. And the ones that win the battles are the ones that putting people in prison. They're the ones that capitalize off people being in prison.
Being in prison.
Slavery didn't go away, man. Slavery.
You know what they did?
Yeah.
You know what they did to the streets?
Well,
They gentrified it.
facts.
They took hip hop, gentrified it, and said we can capitalize off that.
Yep.
As long as hip hop is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Which is true. You know what I'm saying?
And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's like the least problem.
Yeah,
the main problem is aggrandizing the narratives that make it cool to create the atmosphere and the environment in the hood, right? That make it something that is
made it more violent.
Yeah, make it violent, make it appealing to do the things that have the behaviors that's gonna put you in jail, right? Which is gonna take more men out of the households, create more single mother households, right? And have those kids that couldn't be benefiting off both parents, have them experiencing one side of the equation.
Which is gonna create what? More inmates.
More inmates. Slaves.
Emotional turmoil.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which creates more inmates. So it's just all a cycle. It's simple, right? Take the male out the home, create more emotional young men and women, right? And eventually they'll become inmates.
And take away the example of actually properly balanced household.
Yeah.
And so that I think that whole movement of, you know, like what you said in your song, The Belly of the Beast. Creating the belly of the beast is something they invested so much time and effort into. This ain't by happenstance. You think it's like America is the number one prisoner holding cell for black men because, by happenstance? Hell no. It's a carefully crafted and meticulated agenda that is taking place and has been taking place, right? And so I think the movement of fuck the streets, even though it's fucking real caustic because the people in the streets look at it The fuck y'all talking about me? Like, it's an attack on the people in the hood while also being an attack on the people in the hood.
In the hood.
It's a double fucking standard. It's a double-edged sword, man.
It's a conundrum.
It's a conundrum that is who you think somebody randomly came up with
Fuck the shit.
fuck the streets? Nah. It's another insidious plot.
It's like, put us in them. You know what I'm saying? And now you turn around and saying, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a narrative you want to run with, but you got us here.
It's a conundrum, like you said.
It's a conundrum.
Like you said, it has a reason.
Yeah.
But the thing that's really happening is more division.
Well, it's safe to say that what they done in the 80s, when they created the 70s, 80s, when they created the projects, it's safe to say that if you're gonna say fuck the streets now, well, the project is over, right? And now it's fuck the streets. The project is over. Now it's time for a new project. Whatever you know what I'm saying? I'm not a conspiracy guy, but it's like, now it's time for a new project. We have more black billionaires in a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, not billionaires, but millionaires in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Sort of got our chips, coins, you know what I'm saying? But we can have more, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
It is what it is.
So, I was raised, Chicago, here's the thing. What people don't realize about Chicago, right? It's not what you see, O Block and all that. It goes very much beyond that. If you look at Common, you look at like Chance the Rapper, Kanye, early Kanye, not the Kanye that moved to fucking California and LA. Talking about early Kanye. Mm-hmm. If you look at those guys, Chicago's a very cultured place. Like, we're very Afrocentric. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things about Chicago that's crazy. The music, the culture, the food, all of those things, man. I was raised in that. So, and my mama was and I went to the military like him. Listen, like, that was a big thing for my family. Like, we was not pro-government, pro-anything when it comes to the system, right? Mm. And like, the belly of the beast meant something. That means that you're born into circumstances that are predisposition for you to fail, right? In America. And you say that in your song, man, and it illustrates like harsh environments and vigilance, man. Right. Where did the belly of the beast, how does the belly of the beast inspire your music?
Man, so the belly of the beast inspires the music like this. Like, I knew it was pressure when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? When we can't, mom might not be able to pay the light bill, or she might not be able to provide for us, this week. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, back against the wall, it's pressure. It's pressure every day. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to school, you might be go hungry. You know what I'm saying? The only time you eat is lunch, you know what I'm saying, and breakfast and at school, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. And when you in it, you ain't got no guidance, you don't know where to go. You just always feel like your back is against the wall, man. Mm-hmm. It's scary. Belly of the beast.
Yeah.
Right. To where, like I said, I told you about people dying early on in my life, right? Seeing death. When you introduce to that as a young man, you start to question if I'm gonna make it to the next day or not. Then survival mode kind of kicks in. Like, I just want to make it home. I just want to go home. I just want to be around love. You know what I'm saying? I want to be safe. So, belly of the beast, you kind of, you know what I'm saying? You get around people that are surviving just like you, the homies, right? We dealing with the same thing. Your dad probably don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? We sticking together. We trying to stick together because we here. Mm-hmm. We are right here together. That's why I talk about day ones. You know your day ones, right? Know your day ones. The people that I seen you go through this. I seen your struggle. I stayed the night at your house. You know what I'm saying? We kicking it together. I know what you're going through.
I believe, man. I believe the belly of the beast is a Bible. Mm-hmm. Is a Bible
chapter,
phrase.
Yeah.
And I think what it means is that we're predisposed to an environment in where we're consumed. We're consumers, but we are also consumed in a sense that we are a asset, a commodity.
Yeah.
Right? for entertainment, for propaganda, for disillusion. And I think all of that is a system in place that, it's not really the power ain't the power, the money ain't the power. Really is like it's the ideology, the persuasion, the narrative, right? Who controls the narrative is the most powerful, right? And it's like, we are a product of our environment and the things that we consume in this day and age in 2025. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
And it's so easy to consume the wrong shit as a man, trying to be a faithful man. Ain't nothing but asses all day. Ain't nothing but,
Yeah.
for women. I think it's even more insidious for women because they can see other people living lives that they feel like they are deserving. I think women are now we in relationship shit, or we're like in interrelational shit, like where we talking about like how things are consumed, how things are perceived, and unfortunately, I think society is messed up in general because there's no culture that is observed in America, at least. Other countries and everything, there's culture. There's tradition. There's, things that people are going to live by. And in America, it's just like a wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not just the West, it's the wild, wild west because everybody's so free to believe any and whichever bullshit that they come up with on their own.
Yeah.
It's not based on culture. It's not based on hundreds of years of tradition. And traditionalism is gone. You know what I'm saying?
In America.
In America, for sure. For sure. That's why it's hard to be a good man, good woman, and be a husband, father, and be just, to have the support system you should. You know what I'm saying? If your woman throwing ass all day on OnlyFans, then what can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know we both struggle with that. Like
yeah.
I ain't gonna say like, I got a traditional woman. Thank God. It took years. I'm quite a bit older than you, man. And like we here. You know what I'm saying? And in 2025, hopefully 2026 turns into something that is more advantageous. I can't imagine being single right now because everybody is disillusioned. Especially, I'm talking from the male lens. I could be wrong. Like a woman can have a whole nother aspect, and that don't mean that they wrong. But I'm just gonna speak from my perspective. All right. There's too many opportunities for a woman to misunderstand, be misguided because they have so many opportunities available to them. Like interrelational, not like in the job market. That's the only lens that like women are a little bit behind men. But like as far as like being a wife, being a girlfriend, a hoe, all of them all of those positions are heavily weighed and heavily geared towards the women.
If all day you get in your phone and you see ass shaking and she gets 10,000 likes, slutty outfits and she gets 9,000, 8,000 likes, you say, well, I'm pretty too. I can do this too. It begins to be egocentric.
Mm-hmm.
And now the ego, self-praise is taken over. And self-praise, even, that is of the devil, right? And so you start looking at yourself. Instagram, social media makes yourself to be this shit. It makes people feel like a deity, right? Self-praise. So now when you take that into a home, got a man and a woman, she says, oh, well, I got options. I don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got options, I got 8,000 likes. I got 500 motherfuckers in my DM that's ready to take me out on a date. 300 of them ready to trick off on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you. You better make enough money. You know what I'm saying? You better give me the attention I need. Because if I don't get it from you, I'm gonna get it from him. And him and him and him and him and him. But there are a group of women, right, that actually sees all that and says, that ain't me. That ain't me. I actually respect the man. I actually want to be here with him. You know, I want to build him. Because if I build him, he's going to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? And those are the traditional women still. There's still traditional women out there.
Yeah.
But they get drowned out by the hoes.
Message.
And they hard to find. But every woman that take her clothes, every woman that show her body and she's just trying to compete. Look what she got to compete with. But deep down inside, she's a good woman. But she's like, oh, I'm not all the good men, all the men are being distracted by this. So I got to show myself a little bit too, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for him. I'm looking for that guy, but I can't compete with that. I got to show a little skin. That's why it's so important to actually, when you date, man, don't have sex with that woman. Don't learn that person. When you date, actually go out on dates. And it may take some time to figure out that person. What you like, what you into. Who are you really when the mask come off, when the makeup come off, right? When the mask come off, because remember we said earlier, everybody step outside with a mask on. I got to be this type of person. The woman that you meet on Instagram may not be the woman that you meet in person. She's totally different. Because she's looking for something. She's looking for him to guide her life. So she can help him build. You know what I'm saying? So he can help her build.
Yeah. But do you feel like they are equipped with the skills and the upbringing and the experience to draw from necessary to build the man up at this point in 2025?
It depends on what household they came from. It depends on what household they came from.
Okay.
And now look at this though. She may think that she's equipped and ready. But let's stop it right there with the women, right? Is he equipped and ready to lead? Does he have structure? Is he ready? You know what I'm saying? Because you got a woman that's ready to be led. You still subjected to Instagram and looking at hoes all day. You still subscribing to OnlyFans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You still looking at the next woman and the next woman and the next woman and the next woman. Is he equipped to lead? You get what I'm saying? So that make it hard for a woman who is ready to go, damn, like, he not ready. And she gonna tell, she knows, because he's too distracted. So is he focused? Is he determined? Does he have ambition? Does he have vision? Does he really want that woman? Does he really want to, build a family? Does he really want to, is he ready? So we gotta stop it. Like, you can't just blame the women for trying to be, beautiful and sexy.
Man, at this point, bro,
is he ready?
Who's really ready?
No.
Everybody spends hours and hours of a time. They at work and they on social media. And they on social media, they on Netflix. Nobody's reading books. A large portion of people that don't have the experience of having a 2-parent household, unfortunately, and that number is growing lower and lower and lower and lower, right? Yeah. And so there's no true standard as to what a man is and what a woman is. I think it's more of a standard as to what is expected from a man than what is expected from a woman. Because they train us from day one. We a kid. How old a door open for a woman? Have some respect for a woman, this, that, and the third, right? Yeah. And they teach us exactly how. But then at the same time in 2025, catering to a man is looked at as demonized. It's looked at as toxic, whatever. Toxic masculinity.
Right.
For me to expect you to be the woman is toxic masculinity, but let somebody break in my fucking house. Right. Like, they break in my house, guess what? You gonna roll over and look at me, and guess what? I gotta be a man.
Right.
That's what the fuck I'm supposed to be.
Right.
But you're supposed to be a woman, and that's what the fuck you're supposed to be. Unfortunately, this is from me. Like, this is not from 2X.
It's fine. It's the positions the roles have been reversed, right? Hear what I say? Like, you want me to be a man, but don't want me to be a man, right? And it goes a little bit deeper than that, right? Yeah. You want me to be a man, but no masculinity, and who's teaching you how to treat a man, right? How to cook, you know what I'm saying? Take care of a man, check on his mental health, things of that nature. Yeah. But when I exert, this is what I never understood. I get angry at something, and you get angry at me for being angry at it. I never understood that, right? Yeah. because you feel as if you're supposed to be my peace. But what if you're just not my peace right now? You know what I'm saying? Now you get angry at me for being angry at you or angry at the situation.
But that's the problem. They don't. So women view the world from a different lens.
Right.
They view the world from a lens of they need to be happy.
For sure.
Which is an ever evolving thing. Our peace is contingent upon us being able to go out in the world, come back, and things to be quiet. You want us to be at the crib and be happy at being in the crib, but you don't offer us the space to be peaceful. Because we're gonna go out to the world, we gotta eat, and there's a certain level of respect you gotta have, or we're gonna feel like you don't respect us, and that's not peaceful at all. No. Ain't no man want to feel like disregarded. Right. All right? Right. Just like a woman don't want to feel disregarded, but it's in a different lens. Like, it's a big problem. It's on every woman's top list. Oh, damn, what's the worst thing that happened to you? It's not the alien invasion coming. You know what I'm saying? It's not the World Trade Center blowing up. It's like getting cheated on is like in the top 3 for most women, which is not like a shade. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way y'all built. But for a man to come into a situation, come into a household, and his role be disrespected because you can't, be communicative and then say, hey, look, like, I feel you on that, but like, how about this lens and come from the perspective that's built within you? Mm-hmm. But like, listen, like y'all get our last name for a reason. Like the mission is the mission.
Yeah, the mission is the mission. Yeah, I agree.
Learn how to give peace by allowing. Like we're simple creatures. We're very very simple creatures.
Simple.
Like I got this studio here and this, that, and the third, and we in here, and my wife allows me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I get in, it's food there, and it's peace. And I can talk to her and bother her. I can wake her up when she sleep and say, hey, baby, I got these ideas. What you think? Guess what? She going to have some comments on it. Now, depends on when I wake up, but she's going to be available for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I put things out the household, I got very few rules. Let my wife run that, Right. So I let her run the house. The house is her domain. I let her run it. But I have a few rules that needs to be in place. And guess what? She needs to respect my rules. And everybody in the household needs to respect my rules. She got 1,000 rules. I probably got 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what it is, man. Like, to come home and know, hey, everybody in here respect me as the king of this motherfucking castle. And, my wife is malleable enough to be present and to make sure my house is a home. Because without her, I tell my wife all the time, my house ain't a home unless she's in it.
Unless you're in it.
I swear. So that's what it is, man.
The only time it's a home.
We villainize being submissive. There's things that I'm submissive about with her and things that she's submissive about with me.
Right.
And we respect those lanes. You know what I'm saying? But if for some reason, being submissive has been only attached to the male ego for some reason. It's not true.
No.
It's not true. We don't care. Like when you crack down on the kids and you do this and you do that, we're like, oh shit, yes, that's sexy to us. You know what I'm saying? When you're cracking down and you're being the queen that you are, we love that. We love the strength of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's unfair for you to have to demonize our strength. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. That was a rant.
Yeah. It's okay.
Take too much on myself. I keep a double cup for the problem. Know it ain't good for my health.